is very complicated today, and I've been sort of looking over it yesterday and last night, this morning. They're talking about corporations that get donations, charitable donations from people, and then um, they give it out to different organizations that need the money. And one of the head honchos in this is Koch brothers. Koch brothers, they're in it big. But supposedly, um, in the last few days, the Trump administration ended a long-standing requirement that certain nonprofit organizations disclose the names of large donors to the Internal Revenue Service. So if you give one of these charitable companies, say $1 million, then up until this time, that company was supposed to turn your name over to the IRS and tell them John Smith, with the address and everything, gave us $1 million. And a lot of these corporations are tied in with that NRC, the rifles, and all kind of different eleemosynary companies. Naturally, they all need money, like the National Rifle Association, and then Americans for Prosperity, um, the United States Chamber of Commerce. So these are all people that are nonprofit. They need money. They need money bad. And then with that money, they give it to the organizations that they want to back and they want to see move up into the spotlight. So, and this Koch brothers, Charles and David Koch, they're in it real heavy. But so now they're saying uh, that as of the last few days, if I had an eleemosynary corporation and the guy gives me $1 million, I don't have to call IRS and tell them John Smith gave me $1 million donation, because right away they're saying once I give them his name, which they're too busy to work on it anyway, then that puts them in the spotlight. And the question is, where did the money come from? Is it dirty money, clean money, or what kind of money? Or from Europe, or but right away, the IRS, the way the last law said, the IRS, or the person that collected the money, had to tell IRS that this man gave me the money, $1 million, and his address is so and so, and right away he's in the news. So Koch brothers and other people said, no, they don't need his name. So when this was passed, just recently, the IRS, or the people getting the money, the organizations, do not have to turn in the names of these people that gave him these large sums over 5,000. The law before said, if it's over 5,000, you have to send the name in to IRS. I mean, if I give them 10,000 or 15, or most people, and they're going to send my name to IRS, even though maybe I didn't do anything, it scares you. People are afraid. They're scared. I know why they did that, because there's dirty black money coming from all these different places around the world, and that would give them a way to maybe trace it once they know the guy's name and where he's from. So that law was turned down just recently. So now if I give an eleemosynary corporation $1 million, they don't have to tell IRS nothing. Unless, now if my name is thrown into a pot with IRS and I'm under audit, and the IRS calls them and says, look, we're auditing so-and-so, and we want to know what donations, if any, he made to you over the last 3 years. If that happens, they're supposed to give that information to IRS. But that's the only time, because IRS wouldn't call about me specifically unless they were working on me, checking on me, or there was some audit going, or they had information on me. But all the other people giving money to these organizations in large sums, that was it. Their name would not be sent in to IRS. Okay, that was passed last week. Now, the picture we showed you of Governor Bullock of Montana, he filed suit immediately. I think his suit was filed yesterday. And he says that he don't like that law they passed, and he wants that law thrown out, the one that Trump had passed, where the names do not have to be sent to IRS. And he wants that whole law that they just passed in the last few days, supposedly to catch dark money or dark money groups. He says that he wants to keep IRS involved in it, and he wants to overturn Trump's law that they passed in the last few weeks. He says, no, I don't like it. I want it thrown out because I want them to do what they've been doing. And any of this dark money or people turning in these big donations, I want their name sent in to IRS immediately.
Wow.
And then they'll know who it is, where they live, and then maybe where the money come from. A guy from Russia walks in, gives them $1 million, they give him his name, address, boom, they can check him out if they want to.
Wow.
And that's the way he wants it. That's the way it was before. Any donations over $5,000. And he says that he's going to fight and keep fighting. And this guy's the governor in Montana. He's even said some things about possibly running for president in 2020. But he definitely wants that law that they just passed thrown out. And he says, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to get other states involved in it. But he has already filed a lawsuit in court to overturn that law that Trump's group just passed. But this is real important, and it's scary because any money that comes in, whether they're telling IRS or they're not telling IRS, because they say there's a lot of deep, dark money coming into the country. Deep, dark. Naturally, if IRS is told right away, then if they want to get on it, they can. But no, Trump's law passed, nobody's told nothing. We don't tell who gave what money. I guess the charitable organization would just file their tax return. I've seen them, I've signed them already. And in that tax return would just have the amount of money donated, period, with no names who gave the money.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a big fight because this mayor from